One of the brothers is saying how to advise family members who think salah at jama'ah is only mustahab and thus leave salah at the masjid except Jum'ah despite living close to the masjid. Well, show them the hadith and the sayings of the ulama regarding the ones who are close to the masjid that they should respond. But keep in mind that the ones that are in regards to is it mandatory or not mandatory, if the ones are actually students of knowledge and have researched this matter and they looked into the evidences and what they have reached, and it is what they think is the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal based on evidence that it is not mandatory, you cannot come and make inkar upon them in the sense that what they are doing is wrong. No, you do it in the sense that let's discuss this as it is mandatory because of so and so and so and so. You understand, barakallahu fiqh, because there are a'imma that held, great imams that held this opinion regarding salah, and there are scholars that hold that jama'ah is a sunnah and not mandatory. However, if you are doing this out of whims and desires, and you are doing this because it's easier for you, and you're not looking at the evidence, and la, this is a'udhu billah, this is something else. This is not allowed. Someone just looks at whatever is easier for him, and he follows that which is easier for him. Whatever is a rukhsa, he follows it. A'udhu billah. He's upon great danger. But if someone he has based this upon evidence and research, and you know from him that he is honest, for example, that he is someone that if he was faced with hardship, he chooses that which is hardship because it is the deen of Allah Azza wa Jal. This is something else. Yeah, let me give you an example. My Sheikh Muhammad Hisham Al-Tahiri, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserve him, he holds that, and Ibn Uthaymeen as well, he holds that worn gold, there is zakah. It's mandatory to have zakah in it. I hold the view that, the student of Sheikh Muhammad Hisham, I hold the view that it is not mandatory. And this is what Sheikh Salih Al-Fawzan also holds to be. And this is what the Mufti of Saudi holds it to be. That worn gold, and this is the madhab of the Hanabila. And this is the saying of many of the Sahaba, amongst whom is our mother Aisha, radiyallahu anha wa ardaha. Anyway, my Sheikh holds what? The view that it is mandatory. And I hold the view that it is what? It is not mandatory to make zakah on worn jewelry, on huli, jewelry that is made of gold and silver and so on, and that is they wear as necklaces, as bracelets and so on. There is none. But this has to be based on evidence. If someone comes and says, alhamdulillah, there is this opinion, then alhamdulillah, I'm just going to follow the opinion that there is no zakah in it. We say, la, this is not allowed. This is dangerous. You have to look at the hadith. You have to hear the evidence. But it is allowed for someone who's not a student of knowledge and doesn't have the instruments and the qualification to know. And he says what? He says, I trust Imam Ibn Uthaymeen. I trust him. He's someone who's trustworthy. Therefore, I mimic him. I do not know. I cannot know on my own. I mimic him. It's allowed for him to do so. Because he is a scholar and he is trustworthy. And for him, he's a trustworthy scholar, so he follows. The same thing as someone who comes and says, at this time, Sheikh Salih Al-Fawzan is the biggest alim. So I follow what he says regarding huli of the zakah. I make taqleed of him. So it's easier for him now when it comes to what? To jewelry. But Sheikh Salih Al-Fawzan says it's mandatory to salat jama'ah, the salat al-jama'ah, and he follows as well. He says, because I follow Sheikh Salih Al-Fawzan. I on my own, I cannot reach these conclusions. I do not know. I follow Sheikh Salih Al-Fawzan. I mimic Sheikh Salih. So what? This is something different. Because for him, it's not about, for him, he follows. Whether it is hardship for him or not, he trusts his deen, he mimics him, he's not a student of knowledge, he's ammi, he's not able to learn, or maybe he's ummi. He follows the Sheikh. You understand? So when you make such a decision, it must be an informed decision, not based on whims and desires. You understand, akhi, expert finisher? I hope that I have answered this. طيب.